Either plan on having a big enough budget to hire your own security operations department, security department, or find a good partner. And I almost lean towards the latter. Find a partner that you can work with, or a set of trusted partners that are good at specifically what it is you're trying to do. Find your application support security specialist. Find your infrastructure support specialist. Find a company that you can talk to for training, for how to train people not to click on that link or open that Word document or that Excel document, or just because something looks like an Office 365 login, don't put in your credentials there. So I would say it's important to find a good, trusted partner that's going to meet your specific needs. I think that's the key. Oh yeah, I mean it happens all the time.
Because I suspect we read about the big ones, right?
Yeah, I mean you hear about the little ones through the local media, and the big ones through the big media, but it's a thing. I mean, people always say, if it hasn't happened, it will at some point, and that's kind of doom and gloom. But you need to be prepared. What John said, the BCP is a great idea. Part of that BCP needs to be a disaster recovery plan as well. But it's very difficult to react if you don't have a plan in place. If in case of emergency, break glass, and put behind there and say, what do we do if there's a breach? We'll have a breach remediation plan. Plan one, we do, we work on recovery, or we turn the lights off, or we turn the whole power off and shut everything down, whatever your plan is. And then you need to get a hold of your remediation partner. Have a remediation partner lined up ahead of time, because when the sky is falling is not the time to look through the yellow pages or search through Google on your phone because your network's down to try to find people who do remediation. You want to vet those people out ahead of time, to find out who can help you in time of need. And then, of course, a backup and recovery plan. It's just a must. You're going to have your data on your live systems, a local backup on site, and then another backup off site somewhere that you can recover from. And also, just to kind of go back to the horror stories again, that ties into this. We've had customers call us and say, "Help! We're being breached. We need someone to help us with this." We send them up with a partner that comes in and tries to help out, and the first thing they're going to say is, "Where are your logs? Logging for everything. Where are your logs?" And the customer said, "What does that mean? I don't log anything." That leaves them completely powerless to be able to try to find, scope, contain, and remediate. The company to try to find out where you're at, where it started, and how to plug the holes and how to remediate. Right. So have that plan ahead of time. Make sure you turn on logging as much as you can somewhere offsite, so you can look at those logs while your system's having a problem, and then just go through a dry run. Go through a dry run to make sure. Let's pretend like this is happening. Let's go do a round table and say who's doing what in case of this. So you can calmly execute. When the time does happen, say it's okay. We know we do. We're just going to follow our procedure.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't take a lot of effort to put a BCP together. It can be summarized just as long as you have something and you kind of know how you're going to handle it.
And review it annually. You're going to have to change it. What data you have contained is going to change. The threats you have are going to change year to year. And it's lucrative. As soon as you monetize something, now it's monetized criminal activity. So just understand that, yes, it's out there. So have your business continuity plan in place. What do you do when this happens? Because people are in a situation now where once they get hit with ransomware, what do? Do we pay the criminals for the ransom? Well, I don't recommend you doing business with criminals. They're criminals, But sometimes what if you're a hospital or healthcare organization and you're trying to get your medical equipment back on board? You might have no choice but to do something with that. But understand that if bad guys got into your network to cause this ransom to encrypt your system, then even though you restore the system, there's still a means to get in there. And now you just proved you're a paying customer. Here's your loyalty card. Come back next time. And we'll double the ransom, right? So you have to address it. They got in here somehow. So don't just pay the ransom. You got to keep going for that. But I would say if you can at all avoid paying the ransom, don't incentivize them by paying them. It just motivates them to do it again.
Depending on your backup regimen, like I mentioned earlier, the 1, 2, 3 plan, wipe the server out.
Yeah.
Restore, plug the holes.
Yeah. It's getting challenging. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, it's getting challenging because now you've got ransomware based on code that's delay based. So maybe there's a piece of code that infiltrates your systems and you're gonna sit there idle for 6 months.
Correct.
Well, you can't restore back 6 months and lose 6 months worth of data. So, then what do you do? It's a challenge. It's an ever-evolving challenge. Yeah.
It was Baltimore, right, that said, we're not paying, we'll burn the city.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.